Arnell's place has been shut down for the night, and they're just having the 4th of July party, and there are bunches of people there, and we see that Skinny Black is there at the party, and other people are there as well. I mean, it just kind of it looked like a glorified juke joint house party type of situation, and so where am I with this? Oh, okay. So DeeJay, he does see Skinny Black there at Arnell's place, and he seems to be talking to him when he first sees him. And kind of like they always do those scenes where people are talking, and then they're like, yeah, and they look like they're gonna talk to you, but it's somebody behind you that you can't see. So DeeJay thinks like, oh, he's recognizing me and everything, but no. Skinny Black is talking to somebody else, and then DeeJay looks kind of crushed. But knowing that what we find out later about their former relationship, if you will, between Skinny Black and DeeJay, and how well they may or may not have known each other, why would he think he recognized him?
What do you mean? Because maybe he thought he was doing his thing at his school. I was doing a thing at my school.
Okay, maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
And I know of him. If DeeJay had blown up and Skinny Black hadn't, then Skinny Black would be like, yeah, I know him. Mm-hmm. I was there. I was buying his early stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's what people say about they. Never mind. Everybody knows me, right? Where I'm from.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And some people I just don't remember, right?
Or everybody in of a certain generation.
Yeah. And I just don't remember some people, even though I may have come across them and stuff. And yeah, I'm not going to probably see somebody and be like, oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's up? How you been? And I really don't recognize him like that.
Yes. So, DeeJay is just basically crushed when he doesn't recognize him, when he realizes he doesn't know who he is. So Arnell, that's Isaac Hayes' character, he introduces DeeJay to Skinny Black, but then Skinny Black is like disrespectful when he introduces him,
Yeah. And like, who is this?
Mm-hmm. And so Skinny Black then becomes distracted by this woman who comes and sits on his lap, and DeeJay is like salty at this point because DeeJay been trying to everything hinges on him talking to him and giving him the tape. So
the thing is that Key asked him like, "Do you know Skinny?" Right earlier, and he tells him, "If I could pimp $20 hoes out the back of this fucked up Chevy, I can pimp Skinny."
See,
right? But he's in this situation. We know he do it because he is in the profession that he does, right? So we know that he got we've seen everything he can get these women to do. But with Skinny, when he had the opportunity, the music loud, it had all kind of distractions and stuff. When he in the car with Nola, none of that other stuff is there, right? So you got the music, you got the substances and stuff that they're on, and you got the women and all of that right there. So then he doesn't have the opportunity. He tried. And there's, of course, like you say, there's the big distraction of this woman.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess that's a good way to look at, the dynamic of what's going on there, So after all of that happens, I think that we actually, before our eyes, see DeeJay undergo like this change where he turns on his mode. You
can hear his mode, right? His mode is the motif that plays at the beginning of the film and at these various points. And boom, boom, that's his mode that we hear.
He's always talking about his mode. No, and then you might look at it like his mode, that's his alter ego. I don't know how alter it is because I think that's him all the time. But he's like, you messing up my mode. He says that like multiple times. Every time I get in my mode, But anyway, so in this moment, we see him get in his mode. And then he stops kissing Skinny's butt, and then he tells him like it is, and he's like, what happened to you? And then
that's how you get somebody's attention, right? That's how you do it.
Mm-hmm. So
like we do with those those titles on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
that's how we get your attention.
Yeah,
that's what he did with Skinny.
We ask the questions that you all assume are a given, that you assume are axioms, right? And then everybody's all up in arms, like for instance,
or we talked about like Forrest Gump, right?
That was just what I was gonna say. people did not like that we asked whether that was Forrest Gump's biological child.
I'm talking about that he lied about everything.
Or that he lied about everything. So, small plug on our channel, Axiom Amnesia 2.0, which is linked in the description. You can find like a full 3 hour, about 2.5 hours of us talking about the movie Forrest Gump and having these discussions. You should check it out if you haven't already. But anyway, so yeah, I'm Forrest Gump, but the thing is, we have to ask the question. And so we need to come back, remind you guys about, well, what is Axiom Amnesia? I know y'all say it a lot, and apparently a lot of people search it because we see that in our analytics, right? But it is forgetting the axioms, right? It's forgetting these assumptions that we make that, are these beliefs that we hold, and it's challenging them, and it's vetting them, and it's thinking about them. And that's really what we're doing when we're talking about these films, right? And if you want more details about Axiom Amnesia, how we got started, where it is, and all of that, go to our channel and you can watch our channel introduction video. And we talk all about that and who we are and what we've done along the way. So, but yeah, so we're, this is all has been about getting Skinny's attention in this moment. And now Skinny's attention has been gotten, because when he says, "What happened to you?" Well, Skinny wakes up and he's like, "Hold on." He sends the woman away, "Get gone," because now you done attacked his ego, right?
Yeah.
And so, they, he even talks about how, or, what's his name? DeeJay talks about basically how Skinny is getting pimped by the people. And Skinny Black admits that he is being pimped by them, talking about the money men and, what they want for him. Because that's his excuse for why he's not how he used to be, right? Why his music, it's kind of a backdoor admission that his music isn't what it used to be, right? When he was hungry to make it and all of that, and how things are watered down and whatever. And in this moment, we do see DeeJay give him like and maybe you can better describe it, but he gives him like the pep talk of, you need to get back to your basics, get back to who you supposed to be. You got this many more of those mixtapes
because he was just talking about, when all of this is gone, he did the whole pimp thing, right? Like, when all of this is gone, or when we veer off into those other conversations that some people in the comments are like, why are y'all talking about that? That ain't about the movie. But he was just talking about when all this stuff is gone and another civilization come and they dig up stuff, right? When this is an idea of like archaeologists and anthropologists and stuff trying to figure out what a culture was like, right? And so he's grabbing from stuff.
Another reason to watch the movie Here, HERE, that we've been trying to get you all to watch. Exactly. That came out relatively recently, starring Tom Hanks. Watch that movie because we gonna talk about it someday. But anyway, back to what you said.
So basically, he's just like, but if people, and they gonna try to figure out all this stuff, right? If they want to know about me as a person and about Memphis, what they gotta do is get your first mixtape. Right. And that's basically it. But while he's telling, he's like, what is it? Well, everybody's like, what is he talking about? Right. But he's just pimping them. Right. He's doing that slick talk. Right. And then it's like, yeah. So he's just buttering him up to get him to this level, to get him on his side.
Right.
And that's what he did.
He got in his mode. Yeah.
And then the real thing was when he pulled out an actual tape. And this happens all the time because I have a bunch of music that people who are making music don't have anymore, right?
You got their music.
I have their music, and they have the same reaction. I don't even have this anymore. Yeah, I know. But he pulled that tape out on him, and he was like, dang. And he's just like, yeah, you got 1,000 more of them in you. And bam, that got him. Ego stroked all the way.
Yeah.
Because you got to do it differently with different people, right? The women, that same sort of ego thing isn't how he did them.
No, but because that's not what's going to get women to, they want you to have an ego. It's not too big.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like, so in this moment, like DeeJay is in his mode, he's in his zone, he's doing his thing. And when we think about him getting upset, because what happens next is crazy. So after that, he makes some inroads. They start sitting there and drinking and smoking. And that's when we hear the song, I Choose You, right? Because in that moment, so it would seem, Skinny Black is choosing DeeJay, right?
Yeah.
DeeJay thinks it's working.
Yeah, that's right. So Ant says the Willie Hutch version, but that is the version, right? It's Willie Hutch, it's his song. But yes, the thing is, I have a video on my other channel about Willie Hutch and how much he was in Memphis, how much he is sampled, and I do have videos about that I Choose You sample, right? And Paris Finley says the Willie Hutch version takes you back to the Mac, right? Which is about somebody in the same profession, right? So they knew what they were doing when they were